You know, it's a rare person who can look back on a career and say that they've improved the lives of thousands of people. And Roger, you are one of the people who can honestly look back and say that. Moms and kids across this country are healthier today because of your vision in creating a national group of clinicians who could not just work together, but learn together. And by learning together, we all became better doctors, better practitioners, and better advocates for our patients.
I remember when my daughter was first born and I was showing Roger pictures of my daughter on my first iPhone over 10 years ago. He looked at her and said how beautiful she was, but also said, you know what, Darren, her skin looks a little yellow. She may have jaundice. You may want to check that out. And I said, well, Roger, I mean, the doctor didn't say that. He said, go check it out. Sure enough, Roger was right. I am going to miss working with you, Roger. I'm going to miss your advice, I miss your guidance, and I wish you well in your endeavors, and I thank you for everything you've done for me and this organization.
I met Roger about 26, 27 years ago. I'm working on a project to identify opportunities to improve the healthcare system in Latin America. We were discussing different ideas. He took his pen out of his pocket and gave it to me and told me, we can have all the strategies and ideas and technology that we want, but nothing happens in healthcare until a physician or a provider writes a prescription. Without that interaction between the provider and the patient, the rest is just theory. He has set up an example of what it means to be a good dog and a good leader. And my family and me will be forever grateful, and we wish him and his family the best.
Dr. Medel, thank you for all the years of guidance and mentorship you provided, as well as the unwavering support for all the activities that we had at the Center for Research, Education, Quality, and Safety, as well as at the Center for Innovation. I wanted to sincerely thank you for all the opportunities provided and wish you all the best in any future endeavors you embark on. Thank you again.
Roger, just want to take a moment to tell you thank you for the 23 years that we've had together, and want to especially thank you for your dedication to taking great care of the patient every day and in every way.
You know, one of the things that have always impressed me about Roger, one of the little things that impressed me about Roger, is the fact that I've never really heard him say that he was tired. Just a little interesting thing. But I would say that what has impressed me the most over all these years is Roger's generosity and willingness to help everyone who came to him who needed help, and never expecting anything back, and if anything, the only thing that he would ask for was to pay it forward.
Thanks to Roger's vision, neonatology is better all over the nation, including Puerto Rico. Because Roger did not only care about the business, but he truly cared about the patients. One thing I remember he always said was, forget about insurance, take care of the patient, and let the administration handle that. I'm grateful that he taught us that, because that is what I taught my guys and what makes the company so great.
The single most important thing I'll carry forward about Roger is that he always prioritized the patient and their family first, and next the clinician at the bedside. And I think the quote then was, we'll figure out the rest later. But he never lost sight of the compassionate side of medicine in his 41 years as our founder and CEO. It's been an amazing run, and I know I speak for many when I say we're all anxiously waiting to see where you find your next adventure. Best wishes, Roger, and thank you.
Roger, thank you not only for your support of me, but of all of the clinicians across the country, and that what you have done to allow us to provide better care for every baby, every day, and every way. Thank you again. I wish you every success in the future, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
Roger, thank you for being a good friend to me and our employees. I've watched you countless times help one of our team members through a crisis. You've consulted, you've offered wise advice, you've called doctors, and in each situation, you've shown up and listened and helped that individual get better and find his way through the crisis.
It would not be possible to do justice to the many ways that Roger has inspired, influenced, or impacted me personally over the last 28 years. So I'll just take a moment to thank him. Thank him for caring enough for the most vulnerable of God's children to make this his lifelong work. Building a team that would carry out his vision over the last 40 years. To be a participant in the evolution of the mantra, just take great care of the patient, to where we are today. And just for sharing of his time and wisdom, for being there, pointing the way when we needed it most, and as only Roger could.
I've had the pleasure of working with Dr. Medel for the past 15 years in several different organizational roles. I will always remain in awe of this company, this family that you, Roger, have built over the past 40 years, and your legacy of taking great care of the patient. As you always taught me, nothing happens until a clinician puts their stethoscope on the patient. I will be forever grateful for your kindness, your compassion, and your generosity. Roger, I am truly blessed to call you friend, and I know that our paths will continue to cross. I love you, and I wish you all the best on this next phase of your journey.
I started working with Dr. Medel back in 1992 when Pediatrics Medical Group was just a private practice serving 7 NICUs, 1 PICU, and a pediatric cardiology practice. Back then, Roger wore many hats, and as he graciously passed those on, he inspired us with his confidence in our ability and his willingness to trust and guide us as an autonomous leader. My fondest memory of Roger is actually a recurring statement he often made to me. Get ready and buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. So thank you, Roger, for taking us all on this unforgettable ride that has touched and served so many lives.
Roger, what can I say? You're the best. I've thoroughly enjoyed every day working with you. You're an inspiration, you're a leader, you're a great friend, and look forward to continuing working with you.
You know, I remember a case where I was in West Virginia on call in the NICU. My friend in Jamaica called me in a panic because his wife had just had a massive intracranial bleed from a berry aneurysm. He said, "Can you help me? I need her to go up to Miami." So I called Roger. I mean, that's what you do. You call Roger. He called the president of the University of Miami, who assembled the neurosciences team, and we had that lady in the surgery within 8 hours of my calling. She did very well and is completely normal today. So words cannot express the magnitude of this man. My teacher, my mentor, my friend. He has given more than he has received to this world. He is the epitome of a physician, a gentleman, a businessman, and a friend. You could never have a better person in your corner than Roger.